people like when you listen to them. And when you do it the right way, it makes them feel important and they want to be around you more. But if you do it the wrong way or you don't do it at all, you could end up pushing people away. So in this video, I want to share some tips that help me become a better listener. And I think if you use them, they'll help you get a lot more likable almost instantly. So the first tip is actually a mindset, because once you get into the right headspace, what you actually have to do will come a lot more naturally to you. And that is to be a journalist. You want to put yourself in the mindset of a journalist, and this person in front of you is the subject of your next story. In that moment, three things happen. One, they need to become the most important and most interesting thing to you in that moment, because they're your next story. They're all you care about, and it is your job to learn as much about them as possible. So what that means is you're not thinking about what you're gonna have for lunch. You're not thinking about that thing that happened this morning. You're focusing entirely on them. And the second thing is you want to be comfortable digging below the surface and really understanding the person. So in a normal conversation, we might ask somebody a question and they'll give us a surface level answer, and that's where we'll move on. That's where the topic might end, or even the conversation as a whole might end. But as a journalist, it is your job to dig deeper, because again, you're trying to understand this person as fully as you can. So for example, if you ask somebody what they do for work, and they give you a surface level answer like I work in retail, as a journalist, that doesn't do much for you, because you want to understand as much of what their day-to-day life is like. So there's so much more information to find out. For example, you could ask them about what it is they actually do in a day-to-day. Who are the type of people they work with? What's their boss like? Do they enjoy the job? Where it is they worked? When did they start that job? And the list goes on and on and on. And those are the types of questions that a true journalist would ask. And that is the information that when you ask about shows that you're interested and makes you more interesting to the person. So the second tip I have is how to ask better questions. And a lot of people might use close-ended questions, right? So these are ones that you can answer with a strict yes or no, right? Do you like the weather? You can answer with yes or no. But what you actually want to use are open-ended questions. Those that start with who, what, why, when, where, and how. And the value of these type of questions is they invite the person to share a lot more, because they can take the conversation in whatever direction they want, because you've left it open. They don't have to only give a yes or no. They can talk a little bit about how they feel, what they want to feel like, all sorts of things they can go into. So the third tip is to make sure that there's still a good rhythm in the conversation, a good back and forth between the two of you. As much as asking questions is super, super important, and I think it has made me a ton more likable, if you just ask the person questions, they're gonna feel a bit like it's an interview. So you want to still make sure that you are sharing a bit, that you are giving your thoughts on what they say. So generally, I try to listen, right, 60% of the time, and give my own thoughts, give my own elaborations, maybe asking them for more information in the other 40% of the time. So what that might look like is in the 60% of the time, I'm asking them the first question and just taking in what they're saying and just encouraging them to say more. But the 40% is when I might say something like, oh, you know, that really reminds me of this thing, or wow, that's insane, because in my life, X, Y, and Z happened, right? So still listening, still taking in what they're saying and just relating it to my own life and then sharing that between them. And those three ways, or I probably said more than three ways there, is how you can really embody a good conversationalist and a good listener and be more interesting by being interested. That's all from me today. My name is Isaiah, and I hope that you keep connecting. Take care and good luck.